Hey everybody, it's Wilbits. We're playing Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. We're back in the Wild Wild West area, where Will Smith is singing songs about it. Wiki wiki wild. Wiki wild wild. Looks like we got the boot again. With land saved, the focus of the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. Tell me it's true! Tell me that you've really found my boy! Yes, Mr. Romano, we found him earlier in the stadium.
And my little Lance is unhurt.
He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a...
Locked up like a sob. What a sob. Alright guys, I guess we're talking. How you doing, old man?
Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough.
It was nothing.
I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say, I'm relieved that Lance is alright. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him.
A letter? What's on the letter?
The way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know, someone handsome with really long, handsome earlobes. I almost can't believe you received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself.
Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? My dear Lance Romano, can I see you again, your beloved... This is gonna be important. It's a very simple love letter.
Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company, Tenderlinder. Looks more like a collection bill to me.
Aha! Okay, let's talk to Viola, was it?
He loves me, he loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Her name is Lauren Pops. So who's Viola? Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose if they were me, then...
I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct?
Yeah, I am, but... it's not like we both think of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends, either. Maybe he just likes to give people rings. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful.
It's just candy. It's not an engagement candy. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? It's called a ring pop. That's a ring pop.
So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're gonna out, or is it just one-sided? You got unrequited love going on?
Decided. Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? I mean, it is okay to have a verbal confirmation of your relationship, Edgeworth. You know, it doesn't have to just be an innate feeling that occurs.
My father used to work for Mr. Romano, and so Lance and I grew up together. Oh, I said it out loud. Oh, childhood sweetheart.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Mono Group. Well, what did he do?
I heard his job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus.
Like a flying horse? Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. That's probably confusing. I should have just said an airplane.
You had me there for a second. I thought you were magic.
Now it all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore.
Oh, I see.
About 10 years ago, he rode a Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned.
Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of.
It's been so long. I don't know that I recognize him if we were to ever meet again.
I'm so sorry, Lauren.
But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren. Live.
Okay. About this incident.
Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident.
How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. I just sat up in my bed and said, my boyfriend has been kidnapped. Yes.
You based everything on that?
I know everything when it comes to my and Lance, except for whether or not we're dating. It's really strange. It really must be destiny.
She started fantasizing again. So what are you gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two.
Their hideout seems like a good place to look.
The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
But we're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there is no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in.
Okay, let's see if we can go in.
What do you have to report?
Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir.
Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside?
Sir, roger, sir.
That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in?
Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Agent Gumshoe is the greatest. We all love him. We wish you would pay him more money.
Well, it looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir.
What is this? Man in this picture, isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon? Colin Deveray, whereabouts unknown after his escape from Penny Dent Prison. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for...
Name says Colin, but the name says Colin Deveray. Again, an anagram of Oliver Deacon.
That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deveray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? Then what was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon.
Huh. Now, I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine, let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer.
It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then, the door's been wide open, sir.
I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Can you explain in a bit more detail?
Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir.
I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find.
See what he missed because he's not very observant.
They broke a mirror! Or it was probably already like that because it's from the spooky house.
So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Well, you were tied up for a little while in the room next door, hee.
Okay, please, must you bring that up again? Now that down to business, there might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity.
Okay. I want to look at the paper. Because I didn't get to read it all the way through. Let's see. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Huh. Left behind a wife and a daughter. Okay. Let's have a look around now. This is a bike? Exercise machine?
What have we here?
Looks like a sword. A broken sword. Oh. Huh.
Strange. Why would it be broken like that?
Huh.
It was used for something. Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Huh. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later.
Need more things to combine with things, but yeah. Barrels?
Oh, they're barrels just like these just outside. Yes, and? Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eye that I'm about to dash. Nothing. Crackers. This must be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces.
Old and useless costumes. Maybe we should go digging around because one of them might have a bunch of blood in it. We'll find more logics to combine soon enough.
Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room too. It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay. I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here.
Steel chair?
Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a broken mirror, probably came from the haunted house. Why is it here? Are they planning to repair it? Unused folding chairs lean against the wall in their folded state. Oh, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. They're not even a single hair off. I'd feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away.
Blue badge of photo rally.
A sign advertising the photo rally, something I have absolutely no interest in. Yeah, but I do, and I'm gonna get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see. She definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation.
Okay, stuff on the table.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Alright, lots of things to look at. There's a lot of coffee here.
Cheap styrofoam cups. Looks like only 3 cups were used. 3 cups. 3 cups.
Well, it's 3 of something. I appreciate the different number.
Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers. There are 3 chairs sitting around the table. 3 chairs. 3 chairs. 3 cups. 3 chairs. That probably doesn't mean anything. I wonder what this key is to. You got me. It reminds me of the key we found in the other room. That's it. This must be the key for one of those trap doors. That wasn't a trap door. You only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it. It's not a trap unless you're stupid. Then everything's a trap. Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one? Just hop on down. I'm not having this conversation with you. I'm honestly stunned that we're even talking to each other at all.
And this looks like a map of everything.
A poster of Gatewater Land is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewater Land has it all, and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it?
Alright, well, let's logic the obvious thing, which is 3 cups and 3 chairs, which leads us to think that there were maybe 3 kidnappers, not 2.
The common denominator between the cups and folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3. Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up, literally. Is it possible there was a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see?
Alright, I don't think we can combine these yet. Let's look around some more. Like at this door.
Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? But it's the room where I got to see your awesome new face. You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either.
Let's see. So this is the same dialogue.
This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
This is the sword again. Looks like a sword. A broken sword.
Strange, why would it be broken like that?
So this is just a different way of getting the sword dialogue if you missed it before. Let's look at the key.
That doorknob handle thing is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
I bet the sword was wedged into the doorknob and it broke when they broke the door down.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. But how is that possible after what that officer told us? Yeah, the lock had been in use when the door was busted down. And the lock itself should be completely wrecked. So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be?
Because it was locked with the sword shoved in it, which means that no one was trapped inside because it would be really easy to pull the sword out and just leave. So broken proper sword with the door leading in, leading outside.
It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time. But the policeman outside said it took 2 men to get it open. A door that was locked tight despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean... Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at that door handle. You see how the handle is completely destroyed? So that's how the sword broke. I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
Whoa! That was terrifying! Ah!
What is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct?
What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badges also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay?
I beg your pardon, miss.
Proto Badger, you're the worst one. Proto Badger, get! All right, only one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget the photo rally? Duh!
See, look, now all I had to do is get a picture of the bad badger, and I'm done. Ah, yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort.
What? It's gone, but where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong?
A bad badger costume is missing, sir.
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen. They said that only 3 of the costumes have been taken.
What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use, and could you maybe take your head off so we can talk to you and see who you are?
Take it off.
What did you mean by a bad badger costume is missing?
Why, just what I said, sir. We are 1 bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times.
Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park, the other should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the bad badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir.
I'm speechless that such a show exists.
Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume.
And doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger?
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir?
Is this Meekins again?
All this basically means that the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total.
Are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh!
Recall the costumes for a minute. The stolen ones, you mean? What proves that a fourth kidnapper does not exist?
I guess the existence of there still being a pink badger costume.
If you had 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you all naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is, why? I was wondering if you don't mind, Mr. Proto Badger, how did you know my name?
You're pretty famous, sir. I would think that most people would know who you are. It's on the front of the game that you're playing. Yeah.
Famous? Me?
Absolutely, sir. You're always very active in the community, I hear.
Wow, I didn't know you were such a celebrity, Mr. Edgeworth.
I feel like I've met this person before. Maybe it's just my imagination.
Logic. So, unaccounted for bad badger costume pieces. They needed another costume because one of them got bloody, maybe? Let's combine them and just see what happens. Yes.
The second bad badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think.
Huh? What do you mean?
That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants?
Hey, you right? Let's get it out of there and take a look.
As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
We found the head earlier.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
And I want to see this weird looking hand.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Oh, wait. Am I deducing that? No, I don't know this yet. I meant to just examine that, not deduce yet.
Look, his hand is hurt.
It looks more like something was ripped off of it.
So the gun that's missing.
I wonder why this bad badger costume's right hand is torn up like that.
Maybe it's a fresh wound from a fight with the blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast.
I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay.
Let's see. What do we have? We have the head and a sword and the victim's costume. If it's a bad badger, it's supposed to have a gun. I guess if we take the Bible. Yeah, that's how we'll know it's the gun. Deduce. With the Bible that shows that there's a gun missing.
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
Look carefully, our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely, the bad badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, you there, did you remove the gun from this bad badger's right hand?
No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume.
As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, this gun is of course not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show.
It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model of gun, my dear costume friend.
Missing model gun with a hilariously terrible hand wrapped around it. Okay, investigation complete. Boom!
I think we're about done with his room.
So what's next?
Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay.